Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Mindcast. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Just take a deep breath. Let the noise of the day fade away. Imagine you are walking down a long road. The sun is setting. The light is golden, but the air is getting cold. You feel a heaviness in your chest. It is a familiar feeling, isn't it? Maybe you have just ended a relationship. Or maybe you are feeling lonely, even when you are with someone. You look back at your past. You see faces of people you used to love. Different names, different faces, different times. But then you notice something strange. Even though the people were different, the ending was the same. The pain feels exactly the same. The arguments were the same. The disappointment is the same. It feels like watching the same movie over and over again. You change the actors, but the script does not change. Have you ever felt this way, my friends? Have you ever asked yourself, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I always choose the person who leaves? Why do I always choose the person who does not understand me? Why do I always try to fix people who do not want to be fixed? It is a painful mystery. It feels like bad luck. It feels like the world is against us. But what if I told you that the answer is not out there in the world? What if the answer is not in the partners you choose? What if the answer is inside you? This is a hard truth to accept. We want to believe that love is something we find. We want to believe it is about luck or destiny. But often, love is a mirror. It reflects something deep inside our own hearts. It reflects a story we are telling ourselves without speaking. Tonight, we are going to go on a journey. We are not going to look at dating tips. We are not going to look at how to text someone back. We are going to go deeper. We are going to look at the echo in our hearts. We are going to explore why we repeat the same mistakes. And we are going to find a way to break this circle. So, pull your chair closer to the fire. Let's begin. Let us talk about dreams. Not the dreams you have when you sleep. I mean the daydreams, the hopes. We all carry a picture in our minds. It is a picture of the perfect partner. Maybe for you, this person is strong and silent. They are a protector. They make you feel safe when the world is scary. Or maybe for you, this person is wild and free. They are artistic. They bring color into your gray life. We carry this picture with us everywhere. It is like a checklist. We think, if I find a person who looks like this and acts like this, I will be happy. We search for this person in crowded rooms. We search for them on dating apps. We search for them in coffee shops. And then, one day, we meet someone. Your heart beats faster. You feel a spark. You think, this is it. This is the one. They seem perfect. They seem to match the picture in your head perfectly. Whatever they say is funny. Whatever they do is charming. You feel complete. But my friends, here is the danger. Are you seeing the real person standing in front of you? Or are you seeing the picture from your mind? Often, in the beginning of love, we are blind. We do not see the human being. We see our dream. We take our perfect picture and we paste it onto this new person. We ignore the red flags. We ignore the small differences. We say, oh, they will change, or it doesn't matter, because we want the dream to be real. But time passes. The magic fades. The real person starts to show through. Maybe they are not as strong as you thought. Maybe they are not as exciting. Maybe they have fears and flaws, just like you. And then the disappointment comes. You feel cheated. You feel like they lied to you. But did they lie? Or did we lie to ourselves? We fell in love with a fantasy, and when the fantasy breaks, we blame the other person. We say, you are not who I thought you were. and then we leave. Or they leave. And we start walking down that road again, looking for the next person to fit our picture. We repeat the pattern. We chase the ghost of a perfect partner, never realizing that ghosts are not real. To understand this mystery, we need a guide. We need someone who understands the map of the human soul. Let me introduce you to a man named Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a famous psychologist from Switzerland. He lived a long time ago, in the early 20th century. He was a man who loved to explore. But he did not explore jungles or oceans. He explored the human mind. Jung believed that our mind is like a house. There is the ground floor. This is where we live every day. This is our conscious mind. Here, we make decisions. We decide what to eat for breakfast. We decide what clothes to wear. We decide to go to work. We think we are the masters of this house. We think we control everything. But Jung said there is more to the house. There is a basement, a deep, dark basement. He called this the unconscious. The unconscious is the part of our mind that we cannot see. It is hidden in the shadows. But just because it is dark does not mean it is empty. This basement is full of things. It holds our memories. It holds our deepest fears. It holds the desires we are afraid to admit. It also holds the history of our ancestors. Jung taught us a very important lesson. He said that the unconscious is powerful, very powerful. Even though we cannot see it, it drives our life. Imagine you are on a boat. You are the captain. You think you are steering the boat, but underneath the water, there is a strong current. This current is pushing the boat in a different direction. You might fight the wheel, but the current is stronger. The unconscious is that current. It influences who we like. It influences what makes us angry. It influences who we fall in love with. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This means that if we do not look into the basement, we are not free. We are puppets. We think we are choosing our partners freely, but actually, our hidden fears and hidden needs are choosing for us. So, to stop repeating our mistakes in love, we must be brave. We must grab a flashlight. And we must go down into the basement. We need to see what is hiding there. Now, let us turn on our flashlight. What do we find in this deep inner world? Carl Jung discovered something fascinating. He found that we are not just one gender inside. He believed that the human soul contains both masculine and feminine energies. If you are a man, you have a feminine side hidden in your unconscious. Jung called this the anima. Anima is a Latin word. It means soul or breath of life. The anima is the inner woman inside a man. This is not about biology. It is about energy and emotion. For a man, the anima represents his emotions. It represents his intuition, connection, and tenderness. How is this anima formed? It begins when a boy is very young. The first woman he ever knows is his mother. His relationship with his mother shapes his anima. If his mother was warm and loving, his inner anima is likely positive. He feels comfortable with emotions. But if his mother was cold, absent, or controlling, his anima might be damaged. This inner image, this anima, stays with him as he grows up. It becomes a filter. When this man meets a woman in real life, he does not just see her. He projects his anima onto her. It is like using a movie projector. The woman is the screen. The anima is the film. If his anima is a princess, he looks for a woman to rescue. If his anima is a witch, he might be attracted to women who treat him badly. He might feel a strange pull toward danger. He is not falling in love with the real woman. Have you ever seen a man who always dates the same type of woman? Maybe they are always very dependent on him, or always very critical. The answer is his anima. His inner world is trying to solve a puzzle. He is trying to fix his relationship with his inner feminine side. But real women are not puzzles. They are people. And until a man recognizes his anima, he will keep projecting her face onto every woman he meets. Now, let us speak to the women listening. Just as a man has an inner woman, a woman has an inner man. Carl Jung called this the animus. The animus is the unconscious masculine side of a woman. The animus represents reason. It represents logic, assertiveness, and decision-making. Where does the animus come from? Just like with men, it starts in childhood. It is shaped by the father. If a girl's father was supportive, kind, and strong, her animus becomes a helpful guide. But what if the father was distant? Or what if he was a tyrant who was always angry? Then, the animus can become negative. It might become a critical voice inside her mind. And how does this affect love? A woman will project her animus onto real men. If her inner animus is a hero, she will look for a knight in shining armor to save her. She might ignore a kind, gentle man because he does not seem strong enough. If her animus is negative, she might unconsciously choose men who are critical or controlling. She says, "I hate men who control me." But she keeps finding them. Why? Because it is familiar. She is trying to dance with her inner ghost, but she is stepping on the toes of real men. The animus can be her sword and shield, but if she does not understand it, it can become a wall. She ends up fighting with her partner when really she is fighting a battle inside her own soul. We have talked about the anima and the animus. Now let's see what happens when they meet in the real world. Falling in love is often just projection. Imagine a movie theater. Suddenly, a movie starts. You see heroes, villains, romance, but the screen is actually empty. The image comes from the projector. In relationships, we are the projector. Our partner is the screen. When we meet someone new, we project our anima or animus onto them. This is why new love feels so perfect. We are actually loving a part of ourselves that we see in them. But eventually the movie ends. The lights turn on. The real person reveals their true self. The projection breaks. The image shatters. We feel betrayed. We think, "You changed." If we do not understand projection, we run away, and we go find a new screen. This is the cycle of suffering. We are chasing a fantasy. But real love begins when the lights turn on, and you see the person with all their flaws. And you say, "I see you, and I choose you anyway." So, how do we stop this cycle? The answer is integration. It means to make whole. We usually look for our better half in another person. We are trying to find our missing pieces outside. But the journey of life is to find those pieces inside ourselves. If you are a man, you must integrate your anima. Connect with your emotions. Nurture yourself. You stop needing a woman to carry your soul for you. You let her be a human. If you are a woman, you must integrate your animus. Find your own voice and authority. You stop needing a man to save you. You look for an equal partner. It is about realizing, I am enough. When you are whole, you are already complete. Does this mean you stay alone? No. It means you choose a partner out of desire, not need. When two whole people meet, they create a partnership. They stand side by side, two strong trees growing together, not two weak vines. How do we practice this? It starts with self-awareness. Pause and watch your mind. Question 1. When you feel intense attraction, ask, are you attracted to who they are or a fantasy? Question 2. When you feel angry, ask, is this feeling familiar? Does it remind you of your past? Question 3. Look at your deal breakers. Are you rejecting people for small, human flaws? Question 4. Talk to your inner self. Build a relationship with yourself first. It takes practice. You will make mistakes. You will catch yourself projecting again. That is okay. Do not judge yourself. Gently bring yourself back to reality. The more you watch yourself, the more freedom you will have. My friends, we have traveled a long way tonight. We walked through the dark basement. We saw how our shadows dance on the walls of our relationships.